Did you know that before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection? In fact, 12 different publishers turned her down, each one passing on the story that would later enchant millions. Imagine the weight of those rejections. Each letter a reminder that her dream was still out of reach. That's right. The magical world of Hogwarts almost never made it beyond her cluttered desk. The adventures of Harry, Ron, and Hermione were nearly lost to the world, hidden away in a pile of manuscripts and scribbled notes. I want you to picture someone at absolute rock bottom, not just a bad day, but a time when hope feels like a distant memory and the future seems uncertain and bleak. J.K. Rowling was broke, recently divorced, and raising her daughter alone. She was living in a tiny apartment, struggling to make ends meet and relying on government assistance just to get by. She wrote in cafes, her baby sleeping beside her in a stroller while she poured her heart into every page. Her dream was fragile, barely clinging to life, but it was the one thing she refused to let go of. She had every reason to give up. The odds were stacked against her, and the world seemed to be telling her to quit. What kept her going? Doubt was a constant companion, whispering in her ear that her story wasn't good enough, that nobody would care about a boy wizard with a lightning bolt scar. But she kept writing. She kept believing, even when it felt impossible. She clung to her story, nurturing it through every setback and sleepless night. Years later, at Harvard, Rowling gave a commencement speech that stuck with me and millions of others. She talked about the unexpected benefits of failure, not something you hear every day, right? She explained how failure stripped away everything unimportant, leaving her with only what truly mattered. She said, "Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life." That's powerful. It's a reminder that sometimes, when you have nothing left to lose, you find the courage to build something new. Instead of letting failure crush her, she let it teach her. She learned to see setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks. She learned resilience, grit, and the value of pressing on when nobody believes in you, not even yourself. She discovered that the only approval she truly needed was her own. Here's the thing. Rowling didn't have a magic wand to wave away her problems or conjure instant success. She had a story, a pen, and a stubborn refusal to let doubt win. She kept showing up night after night, even when the world seemed indifferent. She wrote because she had to, because her idea mattered to her more than what anyone else thought. Her passion was her fuel, and her persistence was her magic. And that's the real secret. The key isn't talent or luck. It's the courage to keep going, even when the door seems locked. Every dream is fragile at first. People will doubt you. You'll doubt yourself. The blank page can feel intimidating, and the silence from others can be deafening. But if you keep going, if you keep telling your story, no matter how small your audience at first, someone, somewhere, will listen. Your words can reach places you never imagined. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need a fancy office or endless free time. All you need is the willingness to start and the determination to keep going. You don't need everyone's approval. In fact, some of the greatest stories were written in defiance of what others thought was possible. You just need the courage to keep going when it's hard, to push through the moments when doubt is loudest and the path ahead is unclear. So, when you feel doubt creeping in, remember Rowling scribbling away in that cafe, betting on one simple story to change everything. She didn't know what would happen, but she kept writing anyway. You have your own stories worth telling. The world is just waiting to hear them. Your voice matters, and your story could be the one that inspires someone else to keep going. If you found this inspiring, hit subscribe and join me for more stories that move you forward. Remember, every great journey begins with a single, uncertain step.